محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيبي وحبيب إله العالمين، طب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها، أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الهاديين المهديين المظلومين المنتجبين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم تنزيله: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Inshallah, tonight we will continue with our tafsir of Surah Al-Rahman that we started last 2 weeks. We mentioned that this surah, Surah Al-Rahman, is one of the surahs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned most of the blessings that He has provided to mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only that, He named Himself Ar-Rahman in this surah, which is one of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the word Ar-Rahman, now Allah wants to start to talk about those blessings that He has provided to mankind. The first blessing Allah mentioned is Allama al-Quran. 2 blessings. The first blessing is the blessing of al-ilm. The second blessing is Al-Quran. And inshallah I'll go into the details about these 2 blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 1, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right immediately after Ar-Rahman, He said Allama al-Quran. Some of the Mufassirin, they say this word Allama al-Quran is an answer. Allah was answering the disbelievers, because they used to accuse Rasulullah that he is the one who was making this Quran, that this Quran is from him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied that Allama al-Quran, Ar-Rahman Allama al-Quran, that this Quran that the Prophet is teaching or he brought to you is not from him, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the first blessing Allah mentioned is the blessing of ilm, which is seeking knowledge. In fact, this blessing is one of the biggest blessings that even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before He started the creation of human being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed the importance of ilm. And not only that, He made this ilm, knowledge, to be the source of making somebody better than the other. In other words, let me explain it more. See, in life, as we human beings, we respect one another based on money. Right? His money, mashallah, his money, we do ruku and sujood for him, because he has money. But you know what the Quran says? In the sight of Allah, 2 things in the Quran that can make one person better than the other or deserve respect more than the other. What is it? The first one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, is Iman. Taqwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ. A person with Iman, Allah says he has another level higher than the rest. Those who doesn't have Iman. Number two, وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ. And those who have knowledge. That these two things can make you a better person in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not money, not position, not power. And knowledge is one of the important things. And that is why the Holy Prophet, the importance of learning. The reason why I'm emphasizing this, because most of the time, especially we Muslims, at certain age, we say, no, now it's not for me. I'm 60 years old, I don't need all that. I'm 70 years old, I don't need that. In Islam, learning has no time. The Holy Prophet says, "Utlubul ilma min al-mahdi ila al-lahad." Seek knowledge from where? From the day you were born till the day you will enter in your grave. There is no period of stop learning. And the more you have, Islam says, keep learning and more and more. And you see in the Quran, Nabi Allah Musa alayhi salam, one of the Prophet, Ulul Azm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, Ya Isa, you need to go learn. Allahu Akbar. I am the Prophet, the messenger, the most knowledgeable. Allah said, no, there is somebody knowledgeable than you, Ya Musa. Musa went and learned from him because learning is important. That is number one. Number two, the importance of learning. There is hadith, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam entered the masjid. And he saw there were two groups. One group is doing Salat al-Jama'ah, which is important. But there is another group, they're sitting and they're learning. Rasulullah said, Allah, these two groups are doing great. Salat is great. Learning is great. But the Prophet said, I will sit with the group that are learning because they are more important. Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah went and sat with them and didn't join with those who were praying. Why? Because learning is important in Islam. That is number two. Number three, the Prophet, when he came, before, at the beginning of Islam, there were people who would not even learn anything. Muslims were considered to be the very lowest people in the community, in the society. The Prophet came and said, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ وَمُسْلِمًا. They made it wajib. One of the battles, when the Prophet captured, in the Battle of Badr, when the Prophet captured those disbelievers, and he brought them, the Prophet, you know what he did? To tell us the importance of learning in Islam. The Prophet told those Jews, those Christians, those that were captured, the Prophet said, you will be free, you will be set free with one condition. What is the condition? That you, the most knowledgeable ones among you, those who know how to read and write, you have to teach a bunch of Muslims, and as soon as they learn, they say you're free to go. That is how the Prophet did, to make sure that Muslims learn how to read and write. And this is the importance of learning, brothers and sisters. That is what is very important. To learn is very important, and particularly, especially about your deen and your religion. And it is more than that, is about Quran. And that's why Allah said, Allama al-Quran. Unfortunately, today, that is one of the things that we don't take it seriously. Quran is something that we neglect. While when you go to the Quran emphasize, Allah emphasize the importance of reading Quran. Most of us, and inshallah they are not here. Most of us, our relationship with Quran is once a year. Right? When is that? In the month of Ramadan. Ramadan comes, mashallah, the time of reading Quran. The night of Eid al-Fitr, inshallah, sadaqallahu al-azim, we close the Quran, and inshallah we can see you next year, Quran, if we're still alive. That is the relationship. Or sometimes we only have relationship with the Quran when somebody passes away. Somebody passes away, we say yes, we have to read Quran. But if nobody passes away in the house, you put Quran, tape, CD, Allahu Akbar, mata ahad, somebody would die. Why are you putting Quran? It's like Allah sent the Quran for the deceased. But you are alive? No, don't listen to Quran. Right? That is why you see in the Quran, Allah is telling us that Yawm al-Qiyamah, the Holy Prophet will complain to Allah, Ya Rabbi inna qawmi ittakhadhu hadha al-Quran mahjura. Allahu Akbar. The Holy Prophet, Ashja'un Nas, he would not complain about anything, but he would complain about the Quran. The Quran, the Mufassirin said, this will be Yawm al-Qiyamah. When the Prophet comes, he say, Ya Allah, I brought them the best book, which contains the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But they neglected, they didn't read it. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, Iqra'ul Quran qabla an yuqra'a alaykum. Read the Quran when you're alive. Open it, see it, read it, learn it. Before the day somebody will read it on your ruh or your soul. Today you are alive, you have the opportunity. Read it. If you don't, someday will come, you will need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message to your Quran. Reading Quran also, brothers and sisters, is so important because Yawm al-Qiyamah, Quran will do shafa'ah for you. You read in Dua Khatm al-Quran, pay attention careful. Dua min al-Rasul from the Holy Prophet. One of the part of the Quran, وَجَعَلِ الْقُرْآنَ شَفِيعًا لَنَا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, let the Quran do intercession between me and you Yawm al-Qiyamah. That is the importance of Quran. So the first thing Allah mentioned after Ar-Rahman, He said, Allam al-Quran. Allam. Allah said, I taught. Teaching. You know, one of the greatest things, brothers and sisters, Allahu Akbar. Wallah, one of the beautiful and the most important job in the world is teaching. Today we look at the teaching as something that it doesn't matter, something is not important. Nobody wants to become a teacher. Why? Because it doesn't pay well. Right? We want to become engineers, mashallah, doctors, which is good. But we neglect this part of teaching. One, when you come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, my job, Allah is saying, one of the jobs that I do is teaching. One. Number two, Allah said, even Rasulullah, all the Prophet, their job is teaching. Read in Surah Al-Jumu'ah. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم يتلو تلاوة عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم. يعلم. He's a teacher. Allah chose the Prophet to do this job because this is the purest job in Islam. It's the most respected job. It's to teach somebody. And not only when you teach somebody, Imam Ali is saying, Man allamani harfan sayyarani abda. A person, one person, you share your knowledge with them. One ayah, one hadith. Because when we say ta'aleem, it doesn't mean that I have to have thousands of students. No, one ayah you came to understand. One hadith you learned from somebody. You sit with your wife. Say, my wife, let me share with you this hadith. That's ta'aleem. You teach it. Your children, you remember or you learned one ayah. You heard somebody. Sit with them, share with them. That is also considered ta'aleem. You're teaching them. This is one of the holiest jobs in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I am also a teacher. Allam al-Quran. Allahu Akbar. If Allah is teacher, brothers and sisters, how can I become a student of Allah? Is there anyone that doesn't want to be a student of Allah? You and I, if you have a great scholar, ayatullah, known in the world, and you become a student of him, how do you feel? You feel great, proud. You always point the right finger. This is my teacher. This was my teacher. Now imagine if that teacher is like Imam Ali alayhi salam. Now imagine if that teacher is what? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah stated, Allam al-Quran. Allah said, I taught Quran. Allah is a teacher. But before you go to what can you do to become a student of Allah, let me share with you that al-ilm in Islam is 3 kinds. Al-ilm is divided into 3 kinds. But before we go to even 3 kinds, let me share with you that the hadith in Hadith al-Qudsi, Allah created 100 doors of ilm. Allah created doors of ilm, 1 up to 100. Then He took just 1 out of the 100 and shared it among us. Allahu Akbar. All the knowledge that we're proud today, all the technology that we are proud of today, and we are benefiting from, it comes from the 1 out of the 100 knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. And even with all that, you know what Allah said? وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Whatever knowledge that you have, you're proud of, Allah said, is small from what we gave. Allahu Akbar. Now that's knowledge that Allah created. They say there are 3 kinds of them. Number 1 is called ilm al-huduri. Al-ilm al-huduri. Ilm huduri. Alli tahdaru al-insan. That comes to human being naturally gift. It's a knowledge that Allah gives to every human being. Whether you're Muslim, a kafir, it doesn't matter. Allah gives equally to everyone. Every one of us. That knowledge, from day 1, when we arrive in this world, we have that kind of knowledge. Let me give you an example of that knowledge. A baby, when they arrive in this world, Allahu Akbar. Before they arrive, a minute before they arrive, you know where they eat? Their mouth is not working. They eat through what? The belly button. Allahu Akbar. For all this time, they 9 months, 6 months, 8 months, some of them more, they eating through this belly button. Up to the time they come out. As soon as they come out, they know that now it's no longer eating this place. It's now eating from this place. Allahu Akbar. Now who taught this child this knowledge? Who taught him? Do you think he was in a university? Or he was taught? No. Ilm al-huduri, Allah gave them. Number 2, the same child. When they arrive, they automatically know that their food is milk. A father or the mother goes to them, mashallah, you go cook nice fish. And say, this boy, mashallah, this new baby, we're going to feed him fish. See if they're going to eat it or not. No, they're not. But you bring milk, as soon as they get milk, they're ready. Allahu Akbar. Where did they learn this knowledge? From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's called ilm al-huduri. That's number 1. Number 2, it's called ilm al-kasbi. Ilm al-kasbi. The knowledge that you learn from others. From our parents, our friends, teachers, brothers, sisters. You learn from them. The difference between this one and the second one is that the first one is gift. You don't have to do anything. Allah provides it free of charge. But ilm al-kasbi, you have to do something. The more effort you put, the more you get. The less you put, the less you get. And it's called ilm al-kasbi. But the third one, which is the most important one, and it's called ilm al-ladunni. Ilm al-ladunni. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا عِلْمُ اللَّدُنِّي. This knowledge is unique. That knowledge, you can get it only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You go throughout the world, no person can give you ilm al-ladunni except from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a special knowledge Allah gives to some, not all. Some. But the question is, what do I need to do in order to get ilm al-ladunni? I'll tell you 2 things. Inshallah, if you do the one from the Quran, one from Hadith. One thing you need to do in order to become a student of Allah. Where you can gain ilm al-ladunni. Ilm al-ladunni come to you from Allah, direct to you. One thing you have to do is to make sure that you are muttaqi, who fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Taqwa is the only condition. And Allah stated in the Quran, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, fear me. If you fear me, Allah said, يُعَلِّمُكُمْ. And يُعَلِّم came in the form of mudara, means continuously you will keep getting that knowledge from Allah. It's not one time and that's it. No, continuously Allah will provide you with that knowledge. That is number 1. Number 2, which is from the hadith, to act upon what you know. Man amila bima ya'lam, allamahu Allahu ma lam ya'lam. Allahu Akbar. See, most of us, we just want to learn, not to practice it. One of the conditions of ilm al-ladunni, when you learn something, put it into practice. If you practice, that will open another door that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives. Now let me give you an example. If you, like most of us in the house, you put a food on the table. Your child, you give him a food. He's eating, but didn't finish his food. He said, I want more. Give him more. Do you give him more? You say, no, finish this one first. Of course you tell him, no, I'm not giving you until you finish the plate, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He gives you al-ilm and you haven't practiced it, you haven't put it in practice, Allah says, you don't deserve more. But as soon as you put it into practice, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, then I open another door for you because you deserve it. That is why it's very important. Al-amal bima ta'lam min ahabb al-a'mal ila Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the things that Allah loves is that you learn something and then you put it into practice. Some of our scholars in House al-Ilmiya, when they go to house and they learn something, you know what they do? Few days they're not going to show up. You think they're lazy? No. They say, no, we want to make sure that what we learned yesterday is practice. But while most of us, no, I want to learn without practice. No, in Islam, practice is very important. Even if one hadith or ayah I learn and I put it in practice, Allah increase and He adds a barakah onto it. Blessings on it. That is condition number 2. But now let me share with you the power of ilm al-ladunni. Because sometimes we think, okay, when I have ilm al-ladunni, what can I do? Wallahi, if you have a drop, just a drop of the ilm al-ladunni, you can do more than what people cannot even imagine. One example from the Quran, you read Surah Al-Naml. Nabi Allah Sulaiman, when he was able to convince Balqis to become a Muslim, she accepted. She's coming to Nabi Allah Sulaiman. Nabi Allah Sulaiman has jinn and humans. He called all of them. And he asked this question, and it's mentioned in the Quran. أيكم يأتيني بعرشها قبل أن يأتوني مسلمين. Who among you? All the soldiers. And guess who are the soldiers? Birds. وحشر لسليمان جنود من الطير فهم يوزعون. His army, one of them is birds. Now somebody can say, what can bird do, right? Bird? Just throw snow at them and they're done. No, ya habibi. Birds are the soldiers of Allah too. Allah used the birds to conquer humans. Surah Al-Fil. وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ Allahu Akbar. طَيْرًا أَبَابِيلَ. Birds, Allah said, His soldiers. So don't think that when Allah said, وَحُشِرَ لِسُلَيْمَانَ جُنُودُهُ مِنَ الطَّيْرِ, don't think birds, what can the birds do? Allah used the birds as an army to defeat the strongest soldiers on the planet of that time, Abraham. So Allah said to Sulaiman, he had the soldiers, and part of his soldiers are birds. Some of them are whom? Are humans. Some of them are jinn. Sulaiman and Nabi called of them. All of them, they were there. أَيُّكُمْ يَأْتِينِي بِعَرْشِ. Who can go to Palestine? Who can go to Yemen? Because she was from Yemen. Who can go there? And bring me the throne of her as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Everybody's watching. Nobody could answer. قال إفريت من الجن. One of the jinn, who was known to be one of the smartest of jinn, he says, أنا أتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك. I can bring the throne before you leave your palace, Ya Nabi Allah. Nabi Allah Sulaiman said, no, I want faster than that. In today's world, it's like snail mail and email. Somebody wants to mail you something, it's going to take days, right? But you want something faster. You want click, is there. Nail, you want as fast as possible. Then another person among the humans, he said, Ana atika bihi. Another offer. I can bring it to you. قبل أن يرتد إليك طرفك. Allahu Akbar. I can bring the throne before a blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. Up to date, up to date. No, nothing can be faster like that. Even the light. You know, light is one of the fastest things. Nabi Allah Sulaiman, his companion said, I can bring you the throne from Yemen to Palestine in less than the blink of an eye. Allahu Akbar. Did he do that? Yes. Quran says, فَلَمَّا رَآهُ مُسْتَقَرًّا. By the time he closed his eyes and opened, the throne is right there. But the point is this, brothers and sisters. You know, how did the Quran describe this man? His name is Asif ibn Barkhia. It was Wasi of Sulaiman. How did the Quran describe him? With all this power that he has. Quran said, وَقَالَ الَّذِي عِنْدَهُ عِلْمٌ مِّنَ الْكِتَابِ. Ilm min al-kitab. He has some knowledge from where? From the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he was able to do this miracle. Now know the importance of ilm al-ladunni. If you have it, what can you do? These are some of the knowledge, and he was able to do this when? Before Rasulullah was even born. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years ago. Up to now, no human being can do something like this as fast as he did. But the reason he was able to do it, ilm al-kitab, ilm, knowledge. That's number one. Number two, the benefit of ilm al-ladunni is also mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf. Nabi Allah Isa, Nabi Allah Musa, and Khidr. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا خِدْر. Khidr is one of the pure servants of Allah. When you get a chance, read Tafsir Nur al-Thaqalain. There is a detailed life about Khidr alayhi salam. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا خِدْر. Khidr was a young man who grew up and he was dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khidr, the reason why it's called Khidr, because whenever he steps on something, it becomes alive. It gives life. He steps on something, it becomes green. That's why it's called Khidr, from the word the akhdar, green. That is one of the miracles Allah gave to Khidr. This Khidr, brothers and sisters, you know what he used to do? Allah, they say all his time was ibadatullah. One time his father was king. And this is one of the things, too, brothers, to learn. Sometimes we think we want to become super money. Awliya Allah, they decline all that. Khidr, his father was king, money, position, power, but he left everything. They say every time you see Khidr in the room, what does he do? Dhikrullah, ibadah. The father one day decided to get him married. He wanted to see his grandkids. Khidr said, no, I don't need wife. The father said, no, you have to. He got him married by force. They brought the woman and put it in his room. Days, Khidr was not even looking at her. He was busy doing it. Few days later, the father came and asked the woman, did he eat your food? Did he do something? Then the father decided to divorce her. He said, I'm going to marry him somebody older. So she knows how to convince him, how to talk to him. They brought somebody older into the room. Khidr didn't do anything. He was just sitting there doing his dhikr and ibadah. The father became angry. He took Khidr and put him in the room and locked. He took the key with him, put under his bed for days. The narration said after a few days he came, he opened the door to see how Khidr is doing. Khidr is gone. How did he leave the room? How did he get the key? Where is he? Nobody knows. Allahu Akbar. Khidr is gone for good. Now the father put the prize. Who can go and get Khidr? And he has the precious gift. MashaAllah, people started running around in the desert, in the forest, looking for Khidr for prize. Nobody got to see Khidr. Until one day, there were two men who were hunting. They became so thirsty, they wanted to get water. They went to the river. Guess who they saw? They saw Khidr was laying there doing dhikr. Allahu Akbar. Khidr, what are you doing here? Khidr said, I'm here. That's why I leave. Khidr asked them, Ma khatbukuma, what is your news? Where are you going? They said, we're hunting, we're getting back home. Khidr alayhi salam said to them, I have one request and I will do you a favor. What is the request? I said, when you go back to the city, do not tell anybody that you saw me. Just keep quiet. Is that a deal? He said, yes. I'll do a favor. A favor that I will do, Allahu Akbar. Now, inshallah, look at the powers of Khidr, and he was not even a prophet. Khidr called the cloud that you see. He called the cloud, came down in the form of mat. Then they both jumped on it. Then Khidr told them that the cloud to take them to their homes. Allahu Akbar. These people traveled, they came home. As soon as they got home, one of them said, you know what? I don't think I can keep this important news to myself. I will tell the father of Khidr so I can get the prize. The other one, he said, no, I'm not going to reveal the secret. I promised Khidr and I have to keep it the way it is. That person went and told Khidr's father, I saw your son, Khidr, at this place in front of a shore. He is there alive. Khidr's father said to him, you know what happens if we go there and we don't find Khidr? You know what will happen to you? He said, no, what will happen to me? He said, it will cost you your life. And you will be killed. If you go there with all this energy, we go there, we don't find my son, you're dead. Is that a deal? He said, yes, that's a deal. Allahu Akbar. Now they went there, they couldn't find Khidr. That is one of the job of ilm al-ladin. Number one, you think somebody texted Khidr? Now today you text somebody, you have his number, you text them. Or you send them email to get them away before something happens. By the time the father get there with his army, Khidr was already gone. And then they killed the man. But Khidr was not able to be seen or be found. That's Khidr. Now this Khidr, look at him at the time of Musa alayhi salam, when Allah said that to Musa alayhi salam, go and learn from one of our servants. And Musa alayhi salam is not a joke. It's not like any other regular person. It's not even a regular prophet. Musa alayhi salam is one of the ulul azm. Meaning after all the prophet, 124,000 prophets, out of them, Allah chose the 5 best prophets. One of them is our prophet, Rasulullah. The other one is Prophet Ibrahim. The third one is the Prophet Musa, and then Prophet Noah, and then Prophet Isa alayhi salam. These are the 5 chosen ones. 5 chosen ones. Musa is one of them. But Allah told Ya Musa, go and learn from him. Now, Musa alayhi salam, when he came, he and his servant, Yusha ibn Nun, when they came, and they found Khidr alayhi salam. Allahu Akbar. Look at the knowledge of Khidr alayhi salam. He never saw Musa before, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, never lived with him. But as soon as he saw Musa, you know what he said? When Musa told him, هَلْ أَتَّبِئُكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُعَلِّمَنِ مِمَّا عُلِّمْتَ رُشْدًا? You know what he said? He didn't never seen Musa before, but he had the knowledge. قَالَ إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. You cannot be patient with me. How did he know that Musa is not patient? How did he know? Who taught him? How did he find the knowledge? But Musa alayhi salam immediately said, Insha'Allah satajiduni min as-sabirin. Then Khidr alayhi salam, he posed him a condition. He said, Ya Musa, as we go, I want you to make sure that you are patient and don't ask me anything that I do. Now, as the journey started, the Quran and Surah Al-Kahf mentioned that as soon as they get into the boat, this Khidr alayhi salam, the first thing he did, Quran said, kharaqaha. He made a hole in that boat. Musa alayhi salam couldn't realize what's going on. He went crazy. What are you doing? This number one, this boat doesn't belong to you. Haqqun nas. Number two, you want us to drown? Allahu Akbar. Khidr alayhi salam, he then looked at Musa. Alam aqul laka innaka lan tastati'a ma'iya sabra. Did I tell you? As they get over the other side of the shore, the sea, then Aisha said, immediately Khidr alayhi salam, he saw a child who was playing with other children. He went direct and killed that child. Allahu Akbar. Musa alayhi salam couldn't imagine what kind of sin is this. لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا فَرِيًّا. You have done something that it cannot be forgiven. Allahu Akbar. Musa alayhi salam couldn't be patient to see that. And then they went to the village, as the Quran mentioned. Later on, after the whole incident, then now Khidr alayhi salam wants to tell Musa alayhi salam. And listen carefully, brother. When you read that part, wallah, it's amazing. Because one part, Khidr alayhi salam, when he talk about it, he said, مَا فَعَلْتُهُ عَنْ أَمْرِي ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ مَا لَمْ تَسْطِعْ عَلَيْهِ صَبْرًا. He said, all this what happened? I didn't do it with my own desires. It's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But now look at how did Allah describe Khidr alayhi salam in the Quran. When Allah was telling Musa to go and learn from him, the word that Allah used, عَبْدًا مِّنْ عِبَادِنَا آتَيْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا إِلْمًا. Allahu Akbar. Abid, two words. Abid is one of the chosen words Allah used for certain people, not everybody. See, we have, in Quran, we have three kinds of ibadah. We have Abdun bil khilqa. Every one of us, we are Abidullah. We are servant of Allah, but by creation. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, in kullu man fis samawati wal ard illa ati ar-rahman abda. Every one of us, Yawm al-Qiyamah, will come with their quality of being servant of Allah. That's number one. Number two is called Abdun bil-ta'a. You are a servant of Allah, not because He created you, no, but because of your ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not like the first one. This one is a special that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He describes certain people like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In Surah Al-Isra, Allah says, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. Allahu Akbar. Where's Muhammad? Where's Rasulullah? Where's Nabi Allah? Allah described it. Abdihi, which is servant. Allahu Akbar. Nabi Allah Dawood, when Allah described him with the same name, وَذْكُرْ عَبْدَنَا Dawood. Allahu Akbar. Another person, وَذْكُرْ عَبْدَنَا Zakaria. Those are a special group of people Allah described them. But Khidr alayhi salam, Allah described him Abdun min ibadina. And then He said, آتَيْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. That knowledge that Allah gives to Khidr alayhi salam is so powerful that he can see things Musa could not see it. Musa alayhi salam is a prophet, but he could not see certain things where Khidr alayhi salam could see. He could see things, but his sight is not as deep as Khidr alayhi salam. Allahu Akbar. That Allah told Khidr alayhi salam to be the teacher and Musa to be a student. And that is one of the power of Ilm al-Ladunni. And this Ilm al-Ladunni, you know, when they ask Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam, they ask him about the Ilm al-Ladunni. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq said, this Ilm al-Ladunni is two kinds. One is called Ilmun bil-Zawahir. Allah gives to certain people, they have Ilm bil-Zawahir. Some of them, He gave them the ilm, but ilmun bil-bawatin. And then He said, Allah gave Prophet Isa alayhi salam ilmul ladunni lil-zawahir al-ashya. For things that you can see, you can sense. But He gave Khidr alayhi salam ilmul ladunni al-bawatin. And then He said, وَقَدْ جَمَعَهُمَ اللَّهُ لِمُحَمَّدٍ وَآلِ بَيْتِ مُحَمَّدٍ. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. This ilm ladunni, some people Allah give them al-zawahir, some people bawatin, some of them Allah combine them together, al-zawahir and bawatin together, and give it to Muhammad and his descendants. That they have that knowledge. Allahu Akbar. That our Imams and the Prophet, they have this knowledge that they can see through. But this knowledge, ilm ladunni, brothers and sisters, is so important that the only way you can get it is through ibadah. Allahu Akbar. But you know one of the things that one can do in order to obtain that level of taqwa and then at the end get the ilm ladunni, one of the best way to do is Salat al-Layl. Allah Salat al-Layl wa ma adraka ma Salat al-Layl. This Salat al-Layl is one of the best. Of the best. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he talked to his Prophet in the Quran, Ya ayyuhal muddathir, kum fa'andir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, and then he goes, another ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Kum al-layla ya ayyuhal muzammil, kum al-layla illa qalila. Another ayah, Allah talk about it. He said, وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَتَهَجَّدْ بِهِ نَافِلَةً لَكَ. And you know what Allah says? عَسَىٰ أَنْ يَبْعَثَكَ رَبُّكَ مَقَامًا مَحْمُودًا. عَسَىٰ أَنْ يَبْعَثَكَ. But Salat al-Layl, Allah said to the Prophet, يَبْعَثَكَ رَبُّكَ. Allah will take you to a position, Mahmud. You know in Tafsir, what did they say, Mahmud? أي مقام يغبطك الأولون والآخرون. Every being will wish they have that position. Salat al-Layl is one of the most important things, brothers and sisters. Ibrahim al-Khalil, one time when they asked him, Ya Ibrahim, كيف وصلت ما وصلت إليه? How did you get this high position? That Ibrahim, he became Abd, then he became Rasul, then he became Nabi, then he became Khalil. وَاتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ خَلِيلًا. They asked Ibrahim, Ya Ibrahim, كيف وصلت إلى هذه الدرجة? He said with two things, بشيئين, صلاة الليل وصدق الحديث. Night prayer plus telling the truth. Salat al-Layl, brothers and sisters. Wallah, it's one of the keys. Even in Ilm al-Irfan, you know what they say? Ilm al-Irfan means what? When you want to become closer to Allah more and more. It's a journey to Allah. They say, you know, the transportation to Allah. You're going to Allah, the transportation to that journey, they say, is Salat al-Layl. That is the journey, that is the transportation. What can take you from point A to point B is Salat al-Layl. Allah told Ibrahim, Ya Ibrahim, كَذَبَ مَنْ زَعَمَ أَنَّهُ يُحِبُّنِي. Anybody who says, I love Allah, وَإِذَا جَنَّهُ اللَّيْلِ نَامَ عَنِّي. I say, I love Allah, but when the night comes, sleeping. Last week we talked about food, right? Too much of sleeping is all makruh in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Hadith al-Qudsi, Ya Ibrahim, alaykum salam, alaysa kullu habibin bihabibihi yakhtali idha janna al-layl. Allah is like, Ya Ibrahim, when the night comes, isn't every loved one wants to share the night with their loved ones? That is to be the one of our homework, brothers and sisters. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Allama al-Quran, you want to get the ilm al-ladunni, one of the best way to do is what? Is to constantly keep that relationship with Allah, especially at night. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to do so, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Ya Allah, we ask you day in and day out, Ya Allah, help us to become the best servant of yours, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we ask you, grant us the ilm and help us to act upon our knowledge, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Ya Allah, we ask you, Ya Rabb, every single day let our relationship with you become stronger and stronger, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Ya Allah, we ask you, we have sick brothers and sisters, give them the fastest recovery, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Ya Allah, our marhumeen, marhumat, Ya Allah, be pleased with all of them, Ya Rabbal Alamin. إلى أمواتكم وأموات المؤمنين رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات. Inshallah, I'm going to give 5 minutes per question if there's somebody else a question. If not, then we go to dinner. 5 minutes only. Yes.
I didn't really. Did you tell us why? Khidr, why he killed the boy and why he put the hole?
Yes, it's a good question. He's asking that in the story of Khidr and Musa alayhi salam, we mentioned that Khidr did kill a child. But what was the reason of his killing the child? He mentioned, yes, he told Khidr told Musa alayhi salam that this child, the reason why he killed him was because if he lived, he will misguide his parents and then misguide the whole city as well. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Khidr to take his life, so that way he end up going to heaven, because he didn't do that, so he's going to go to heaven instead. And 2, the narration said, then Allah gave the parents of that child another child who became a father of 70 prophets. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he takes something from you, he gives you the best. Allah took this child from them and he gave them someone who was better than what he took, and he became a father of 70 prophets. So that's the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Khidr to kill. But here, this doesn't mean that we are allowed to do that. No. Because in Islam, لا يجوز القصاص قبل الجناية. You cannot kill somebody or act before they do. For example, I know this guy might go, he said, I'm going to go steal his money. Right? He said, I'm going to steal the money. He didn't steal yet. He said, okay, I'm going to cut your hand. No, you cannot do that. You can only do that after the action, after the crime is committed. But in the case of Khidr, why did he do that? Because in Islam, if you go to the history of Imam Ali alayhi salam, the night of his shahada, Imam Hassan asked him, Aba man yaqtuluk? Then he said, Yaqtuluni ibn al-Yahudiyya. Who is that? He said, Ismuhu Abdurrahman ibn Muljib al-Muradi. Then Imam Hassan asked, Aba idha alimta annahu qatiluk, lima la taqtuluk? Because you already know that he's going to kill him. Why wouldn't you kill him first? Then Imam Ali says, لا يجوز القصاص قبل الجناية. We can't kill him before the crime is done. So that is the Islam ruling. But in the case of Khidr, that was a special and a unique, different thing. So it doesn't apply to us. We cannot go and revenge before we know that somebody did the crime. So that was a different story with the Khidr alayhi salam. Yes.
I have 2 questions. One, how many rak'at is Salatul Layl and what time can you do it?
Good question. MashaAllah. Just tell me that our children in community are smart, MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. The question is, how many rak'ah is Salatul Layl? And what time can you do it? The rak'ah of Salatul Layl is 11 rak'ah. Yes. It's not a joke, right?
No.
You just need 30 minutes, inshallah. It's 11 rak'ah. And all you do is 2, 5 times. 2 rak'ah like you do Fajr prayer. 2 rak'ah with the taslim. 2 rak'ah with the taslim. 2 rak'ah with the taslim. After the 4th one, the 5th rak'ah that you do, the 5th rak'ah, you make the niyyah of shafa' wal witr. You do the 2 rak'ah too. And then after that, you do a tasbih, al-witr, which is the last rak'ah. And in the last rak'ah, it's recommended to read Surah Al-Tawheed 3 times. And then Mu'awwazatayn, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq and Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. After that, then you say Al-Afu 300 times. If you cannot, you can do it 100. If you cannot, 1 time is enough. If you can skip it, that's okay too. Okay? Good. Now, then after that, then you say Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. 70 times. After that, then he said, Hada maqamul a'idhu bika minan nar. This is a position of someone who is seeking refuge in you from the hellfire. 7 times. Then after that, you make dua for 40 mu'mineen. 40 mu'mineen, yes, say Allahumma gfir li Muhammad, Allahumma gfir li Ali, Allahumma gfir li Fatima, Allah. You mention 40 mu'mineen that you know, male or female, alive or deceased, it doesn't matter. Okay? And you can exceed 40, that's fine. It's not like, oh, 40, I have to stop. No. If you have more, you can keep going. But the recommendation is 40 mu'mineen. That is Salatul Layl. Now, what is the time? The time starts from the middle of night. The midnight is the time that Salatul Layl can be performed. And Allah told the Prophet, قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا نِصْفَهُ. Nisf means half of the midnight. أَوْ انْقُصْ مِنْهُ قَلِيلًا. Or you can let it go closer to Fajr. And closer to Fajr, the better it is. Because sometimes when you wake up 11, 12, 1, and then you do the Salatul Layl 2 hours, then you go back to bed, sometimes the Fajr comes and you even here. So in order to avoid that, they say wake up like an hour or 45 minutes before the Fajr and do the Salatul Layl. As soon as you finish Salatul Layl, then you go ahead and do your Salatul Fajr at the same time. So then you get the 2 blessings, Salatul Layl and also your Salatul Fajr at the yes.
السؤال الأول لا يجوز الفاتحة على المسيحي. السؤال الثاني إذا واحد أمه وأبوه مثلا عمرهم لا مصلين ولا صايمين يجوز يروح يحج نيابة عنهم أو لا؟
This is a good question. خلينا نترجم وبعدين نرجع. And the question is that can somebody make dua for a Christian? That's question number 1. Question number 2. If I have parents who are not Muslims, they are not believers, and they die, can I go and do Hajj on their behalf? That is the question. Now the answer number 1, which is, can you make dua for people who are non-believers? Yes, you can. As long as they are not enemies of Islam. As long as they are not people who are hostile with the Islam openly, that they can't. They hate Islam, they say bad things about Islam, or about the Prophet, or Imams, then we cannot do that. But if it's a regular Christian, you can make dua for them. That is that one. In terms of Hajj, if they have to be Muslims, if the parents are not Muslims, you cannot make the Hajj to them. Okay, because one of the shurut of Hajj, if you look in the condition of Hajj, Islam. Okay, the person has to be Muslim. Even though Allah said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ, but at the same time, they say, before you qualify to go to Hajj, you have to become a Muslim. So if they're not, then no, you cannot. But you can make the dua for them.
The question, they are Muslims, but they did not pray or fast.
they're not واحد أمه وأبوه ميتين بس مسلم.
Muslim.
لا يصلون ولا يصومون.
Okay, I see.
عنهم بالحج.
Yes. Oh, just asking. Their parents are Muslims, but they were not practicing. Can I go Hajj on their behalf? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's
لا
fine.
يصلون ولا يصومون.
وهم مسلمين ما دام أنهم لم يرتدوا عن الدين فهم يبقون المسلمين فلذلك يجب الصلاة عليهم للتكفين والدفن في مقبرة المسلمين يعني لهم ما على المسلمين ما داموا أنهم لم يرتدوا عن الدين إذا ارتدوا عن الدين فلا يجوز أما ما داموا مسلمين إلا أنهم يعتبرون مسلمون عاصون. What I'm saying is that yes, these people, even though they're not praying, they're not fasting, but since they're still Muslims, because even somebody doesn't pray, they don't fast, they still consider Muslims, and you can also do Hajj on their behalf, but they will be considered sinners because they didn't practice what they're supposed to do. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.